Evening. If my stream would go on, that would be great. Hello?
Relaxing days like this are nice.
Okay.
Let's take it easy.
We're good. Let's say good. Hello, I'm gonna be streaming Nilou Story Quest. I have to stop streaming by 10. But yeah, wonderful to get this started. I have to be a little quieter today. So sorry. Because there is actually someone on the other side of the wall today. Yeah, we're just gonna do Nilou's story quest. I just have my Nilou team. I have recently gathered enough Bodhisattvas to ascend her. I just need to get the rest of her boss materials. Then I'm going to ascend her, and I need to level up her weapon. The current weapon I have on her is Iron Stain. Because it works relatively well. And I can't really think of any other good weapons since there's not a lot of EM weapons. There's this, but it's not that great. Yeah, there's not really any EM weapons that work for her other than this. And there are literally no HP weapons except for her signature, which I tried to roll for, but failed. So here we are. But Iron Sting looks great on her. Like, when I put it on her, I was like, why does this aesthetic fit so well? Yeah, it fit real well. But yeah, and then I need to try and figure out what to do with her artifacts, because some of her artifacts are great. Like this is great, not the attack, but everything else great. This is also pretty good. EM, HP, don't like the defense, but this is also pretty good. HP percent would have been preferred, but I can live. This is good. It's good. It's like, it's good, but it's like, it could be better. Not bad. Ignore the crit damage, because I'm building her mostly for her EM build. Crit and crit damage is not a bad, it's just not really a good, it's just a there. Which is why I'm upset I didn't get flat HP on that. But if I can find a way to get flat HP on Wanderer's Goblet, I will gladly take it. But I don't think there is going through much of those. HP Wanderer's Goblet? Yeah. So this is the best I got for now. But still... Yeah. I need to build my travel quite a bit. And then for her HP Bloom build, you don't really need to level up any of her talents. But I'm still gonna do it anyway, because some extra damage doesn't hurt, and the other person that uses her materials, Kale, is already, like, fully crowned, so I'm not, except for her attack, but that's because her attack affects nothing, so I don't really care. I'm just trying to, I do have the exact amount I need, I'm using a little bit. But I also need those for Nahida, so I hate that. We're just gonna get both of these to level 6, probably, and then we're gonna stop there. Oh, sorry. Anyway, enough of that. Why does everyone use those? Okay. Anyway. Nilou story quest. Did these story quests real late. Didn't do Tignati's story quest till yesterday. But I have to do this story quest. Basically, I wanted to finish the entire Archon quest beforehand. Before finishing all the story quests. My main goal of that was like, oh, the story quests are going to be amplified by the Archon quests. I was wrong, because apparently there was some stuff from the story quests, like some little like Easter eggs from the story quest in the Archon quest that I didn't get to see because I finished them so late, and now I am very upset. But it's fine. I am required to finish this before doing this, so we're doing it. Then after that, I'm gonna finish this real quick since we're at the very end before ending stream. And then if I have time tomorrow, we're going to do Sino story quest, and then the next time I have time before any other quest comes out, I'm gonna try to finish up Yelan's story quest, because it's just been sitting there for like months. Ever since school started, I haven't really had time to do anything except for the arc. The mic keeps coming unplugged. This is gonna be a pain in the ass. Anyway, warmer than rubber shirts. I've already completed a little bit of this because, again, this story quest got in the way of the Archon quest. Like the Nilou portion. So I already had to complete some of it. Just the beginning part, though, up to where we have to talk to the people of Zubair Theater. Zubair. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Please correct me. Zubair Theater. Yeah. Those people. One second. While I fix my setup. While this loading screen goes. Trying to get the mic as close to my face as possible. Which is taking like a lot of like weird shifting of things. Okay. To the Grand Bazaar.
Hey there. I saw you two helping Nilou move some stuff. Are you two also here for the celebration event?
You got it!
My sincerest apologies.
My name is Raykar. Nadia and I are this theater's prop engineers. I also help out with some other tasks like housekeeping. The little ones causing a ruckus are my children, Soreen and Abi. I hope they aren't bothering you. They always get really excited every time we hold a celebration event.
They're so lively.
Yes, they are. Everyone here takes great care of them. There's good work here, the pay's always on time, and Nilou and the others will often volunteer to play with the kids. I'm quite content with this current way of life.
Do you mean your life wasn't nearly as good before?
Paimon.
It's all right. It's all water under the bridge now. My husband and I were both adventurers, but he passed away from an accident. Material struggles can always be overcome, but ever since then, I haven't been able to spend much of my energy on anything else. But I still consider myself lucky. Mr. Zubair has helped me a lot, and the atmosphere here is tolerant and kind.
Sorry for bringing up such sad memories.
Oh, it's all right. I don't mind. Once the event starts, you'll be able to see for yourself the kind of atmosphere I was talking about.
Right. I just got stabbed with my headphones. Ah. This is a messed up setup I got.
Hey there!
Ah, a newcomer. Doesn't look too bright.
What?
Hey! Talk about judging a book by its cover!
You, on the other hand, you're a special one.
You are very insulting. And yeah, talk about the book guides cover. What the fuck, dude?
How would you describe the concept of art?
Why are you asking that all of a
Mere
sudden?
curiosity is all. It makes no difference whether you answer or not.
It is a tangible manifestation of human sentiment. It is expression of our aesthetic ideals. Oh, it's a little bit of both. it's a little bit of both. It's not one or the other. It's definitely both. No, human sentiments it's not any more of one or the other. They're both very accurate. Because it's definitely an expression of our aesthetic ideals, because it's what is aesthetically pleasing to us, but it is also of human sentiments and emotions and what we find important and what we enjoy in our lives and what's sad in our lives and the stories we want to tell. So it's both, but I think it's more emotion. The aesthetic is just some flavoring.
So that's what you think, Unremarkable. Better than an average person's thoughts, but nothing exceptional.
You suck. You know what? You
Is
suck,
art a product that we create and bring forth? Or is it a naturally existing resource?
dude. What the
I,
fuck,
for
dude?
one, believe it to be the latter.
Paimon doesn't follow.
Good sir.
I've been staying here for a long time. On occasion, I'd assist them in penning lines of dialogue, but most of my time I just stand back and watch.
Why?
I prefer to abstain from writing as it spoils the viewing experience. The existence of the theater, of Nilou, and of humanity itself.
Why are you separating
All
her
of
from
these can be considered as forms of art. It is not some intangible construct beyond the horizon.
Art is technically an intangible construct because we humans created it. I'm not gonna go into the details of that. That's not something I feel like touching right now. But, like, good sir. You're a viewer standing on the stage. If you're not a part of the theater, get the fuck off the stage. I guess you assist in writing, like, once in a blue moon, but I don't think that's worth it. The existence of the theater, the existence of things can be considered art. Yes, but art is very subjective to the person, and not everything one person considers art, the other person considers art. And that's not something that's wrong, and that doesn't make someone unusual, or average, or boring, or wrong, you know, just because they don't think that this thing is art. Or just because they don't like that form of art, or whatever. Everyone has their opinions, why are we upset about it? Like, there's a point where art is very much dependent on the perception of the consumer, and so we cannot criticize a consumer for perceiving art in a specific way, or perceiving whether or not they consider art as art, which is a whole other conversation that I'm not going to get into. But either way, this just feels very much like a person who thinks they're better than everyone else, which I'm not here for.
How does that have anything to do with us?
Sorry about the tangent.
Let me ask you this. What do you think is the meaning of art?
What? There isn't one. Am I actually gonna go into these deep questions on stream? You know what? Fuck it. Yes, I am. Art? There is no one clear meaning to all forms of art, because all forms of art are different, and all forms of art are like different things. And even a specific form of art, like a musical, or a painting, or like illustration, singing, music, you know, orchestra. All of those things are art, but even one piece of art, like a popular musical, like Six the Musical, Hamilton, none of that has one specific meaning. It doesn't have one thing you can take from it. Otherwise, it would be very boring, and it wouldn't really be much of a perspective. It would just kind of be there.
I suppose that question was a little too difficult for you.
I just answered it. You didn't hear me.
To chance upon a spark of inspiration, I have been closely observing you, the players on the stage, and those watching in the audience. Art is already all around us.
Yeah, I mean, technically. You just seem like you think you're very, I have quite the ego there, sir.
Hello.
What? Who are you? You can't just go on the stage as you please.
We're here with Nilou.
Ah, I see. Sorry for my overreaction. I'm just, making a prop. No time for chit-chat.
Is that embroidery?
No. Well, yes, but not really. It's a prop. It's just, some fabric. An ordinary piece of fabric that we use in a show. Sorry. I really do need to focus and start working on it.
Sorry to bother you.
What an oddball. Is prop making something to be that jumpy about?
I mean, if they care
Oh
about
well,
it,
it's none of our business.
Exactly.
Look! Nilou's back!
Nilou.
Let's meet up with her. The event's probably about to start.
Sorry for the wait. Preparations for the celebration are finally done. I'll call everyone over, and then we can start.
Let us give you a hand.
Thank you.
Maybe we really should have prepared a gift. Then we could also be a part of the exchange. As it is, all we can do is wait and watch.
Maybe we shouldn't do this after all. I didn't do that great of a job, and who would even like it?
Sweetie, no, you're
Don't
doing
think
great.
like that. Remember our promise? We're going to give everyone a pleasant surprise.
You're doing
And
amazing.
besides, you've never attended a celebration event before, so this will be a great opportunity. Everyone will love you.
I'm still not really sure about this.
There's nothing to be worried about. Just take a step forward and give yourself a chance. There aren't any scary people here, right?
Right.
Huh. Alright. Maybe this will help. Everyone, over here! Inaya has something great to tell you all!
Wait!
No waiting, bestie.
I've already said that I'm not ready yet! What should I say?
Take it easy and relax. Deep breath, in and out. Once you've taken a long exhale, calmly tell everyone what you want to say. If you don't say anything, then all the hard work we put into embroidery practice would have gone to waste.
Using it as a gift, though? It really isn't that good.
It's amazing. I bet it is. I haven't even seen it.
So when Inaya was talking about making a prop, she was actually preparing a present.
She looks really nervous.
Yeah, it feels like she still doesn't really see herself as part of this community. But it looks like Nilou's trying to ease her through.
Actually, Inaya had prepared a special present for everyone before the celebration kicked off.
Woohoo! We're gonna get our first present from Miss Inaya!
Pipe down! The louder you all are, the more nervous she'll become.
Don't yell.
You've worked on it for so long, so have some confidence. Don't be
yell
afraid.
At them. They're just being
You've got this!
I say I hate
Is Mr. Zubair here?
Are you
Sheikh
kidding me?
Zubair, this is an urgent notice from the Academia. This celebration, or whatever it is, must stop at once.
What a condescending guy. What's his deal?
This really should have been a requirement. Like, you should have been required to complete this before doing the Archon quest for 3.2. Because the Academia does not have that, like, decree, I don't think, anymore. Like, this wouldn't make any sense, because Grand Sage Azar should no longer be in power. Then again, I haven't fully completed it, so...
Since Zubair Theater has long violated the Academia's policies and orders, we have decided to demolish it.
Again, this makes no sense after completing the 3.2 Archon quest. They really have to organize their shit properly. I'm just saying. Like, if they... The thing is, like, there's usually, like, a list of story quests that you have to complete before doing the Archon quest. But they didn't put that in this Archon quest. They didn't put any story quests that you had to complete. So you would assume that playing the story quests and playing the Archon quest, whichever one you played first, wouldn't impact the other. But it does. But it does impact the other, and it does cause problems. And that's the problem with not making these things a requirement. You can't just assume the players will complete these the minute they come out. Because some of us have other things to attend to and lives outside of this game. That makes it so that we can't complete these quests as easily, or we can't complete all of them.
As its manager, you must halt all operations and dismiss all staff members within 30 days, after which you will report to the Academia for further punishment.
Also, this just hinders the impact of future players who join later than this update, who will probably focus on the Archon quest rather than the story quests, and will try to get those done as quick as possible. This will make it so that they'll be very confused when they finally start the story quests after finishing the Archon quest. It's so annoying. Because future players who don't join before or during this update won't go in order of when the story quests were released, because these story quests would have been released for a while. So, it's so stupid.
Why? Why force us to do this all of a sudden?
Little girl, this is not the first time you've been issued a warning.
I didn't hear anything about demolition the last time I asked, and now I suddenly only have 30 days? We have more shows planned, but it's impossible to do anything in just 30 days. How am I supposed to explain this to my customers and staff?
That issue is of no concern to me, Mr. Zubair. You seem to understand the situation quite clearly. Perhaps you can reflect on the reasons why you have failed to prepare for the scenario in advance.
Who would think they would have to prepare for this?
Why do they want to demolish this place?
The Academia has never liked us, and they've never respected our work. To them, what we do is all a waste of time. This isn't the first time they've come by. They had asked us several times in the past to improve the quality of our performances by only putting on shows they consider to be sufficiently intellectual. But our audience isn't the Academia. It's the people of the Grand Bazaar. If our shows are too difficult to understand or too removed from everyday life, nobody would watch them anymore. Changing our content would not only mean turning our backs on our vision, it would also directly lead to the loss of our livelihoods.
If the theater actually gets demolished, many people would become displaced.
Yeah, the theater is very important to each and every one of us.
The way they're doing things is so scummy.
But
Yeah.
I also don't know how we can stop them.
I do not wish to explain everything again from the beginning. Time is of the essence, so you should act with haste instead of asking frivolous questions.
But none of us plan to accept this. Such an abrupt notice is contrary to established policy.
Ask whoever you will, the answer will remain the same. We have already given you sufficient notice.
Enough! Does your audacity know no limits, Father?
Huh? Father? Their family?
What the shit just
What's
went down?
Academia? This is all because you don't like Zubair Theater. You're just using the Academia's name to threaten us. Let me tell you, even if you manage to tear down this place, nothing is going to change. You've always been awful. But even I never thought my father would sink this low.
This is strictly business. It has nothing to do with where you are, what you do, or what you think. I hope you all have not been irrevocably blinded by folly. I will not waste more time on pointless arguments. Wrap everything up, and make preparations to shut down at once.
No.
Why is he always like that?
This is quite the misfortune, but there's nothing we can do. That's it for today, everyone. Let's clean up. I'll go talk to them again tomorrow. The storms that come out of the blue are always the hardest to deal with.
I hate this. Not the quest, just this whole situation. It's so stupid.
Sorry. I invited you thinking this was going to be a happy occasion. I didn't know that things would turn out like this.
There's no need to apologize, Nilou. No one could have seen this coming. Paimon just wishes she could have at least gotten to the food.
I understand.
Is what that guy said true? The Academia has already given you many warnings?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. They've always seen us as being meaningless. Knowledge is king in Sumeru, and their pursuit of it leaves no room for the arts. But if that's all it is, there's also no reason to go so far as to demolish the theater.
So, it really has something to do with...
After Inaya ran away from home, I brought her here to Zubair Theater. She rarely talks about her family. All I know is that she didn't get along with them. I never expected it to blow up like this.
If you did nothing wrong, then there's no reason to listen to the Academia, right?
I can ask Nahida to lend a hand.
Nahida? You mean Lesser Lord Kusanali?
She'd probably help if she knew what was going on. No matter how nasty the Academia could get, surely they can't win against Lesser Lord Kusanali.
No. I wasn't doubting her ability. I just feel like we shouldn't bother her with such a trivial problem. Plus, if the Dendro Archon were to intervene, then it wouldn't feel like our victory was earned.
I suppose.
That's true. Who cares? Let's just take him in a fight.
That won't solve the underlying problem. We won't always be here.
That's true.
I'll try to think of something. We can't just let everyone suffer in a perpetual state of fear and uncertainty. What to do?
Can you pretend to shut down, but secretly continue to hold your shows somewhere else? Or we could go through a list of customers and try to see if anyone in there might be willing to help out. That also doesn't sound like it'll work.
I think a scholar once told me that differences can be settled through a debate.
A debate? Huh. Well, scholars do love to use them to solve their problems, but how would that work in this case?
We just need to prove that the theater's existence has value.
Oh! If we can prove to Inaya's father that the Academia's position doesn't hold water, then they won't have a reason to demolish the theater!
I see. Defeating him in a debate. It's a good idea, but which one of us could hope to win against a researcher? Huh? Me? No. I'm the literal worst at arguments. I can't debate.
Debates aren't arguments. You debate to prove that you're right. I mean, that does kind of sound like an argument, though, just like a more calculated argument. Debate, yeah, you're...
Nilou, you are only so stressed out right now because you care so much about protecting the theater.
This theater holds a special meaning in all of our hearts. It's irreplaceable. But I just don't know. Can I really take on such a huge responsibility?
You'll be fine as long as you prepare. I'll do my best to help.
Paimon will help too. You'll feel a lot more confident after doing some prep work. Believe in yourself.
Thanks, you two. Alright, I've decided. Even though I may fail, I'll do my very best for everyone's sake.
That's our Nilou! We're rooting for you!
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's head back and tell everyone what we came up with.
Mm-hmm. Should we finish that real quick to save my ass? Yes. Yes, we should. We intervene this Nilou story quest with finishing the Archon quest. Because that totally adds up. Yeah. Anyway, hopefully we don't get interrupted yet. I mean, I did say I was gonna finish the whole of Nilou's story quest before finishing the Archon quest. But if we're able to finish the Archon quest now, and why not? As long as it doesn't cause any problems, which I doubt it will. If I ever do find the time to edit and make videos of this, it's gonna be a pain in my ass. I'm sorry.
Good morning! Looks like you're awake.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Good morning, Color.
I prepared some breakfast today. Please have a taste. I hope you'll like it. It's nice to have you here so we can eat something yummy. Well, now that I've recovered from Elazar, I'm feeling better than ever. I can even prepare 4 or 5 meals a day now. And Paimon bets they're all delicious. Oh, by the way, someone brought a letter for you after you went to sleep last night.
Paimon hasn't already read it?
Nope. Paimon wanted to read the letter with you after you woke up. So Paimon didn't open it. Alright, let's read it now. Oh, it's from Nilou. Ahem. We're going to hold a feast at the Grand Bazaar and celebrate Cyno's reinstatement as the General Mahamatra. As heroes of Sumeru, please be sure to attend. I'll wait for you. The date of the banquet is written on the back. It's in 2 days. Oh, I've also heard that you've become heroes here as well. That's amazing.
It's not really that amazing. We were just doing our part.
Sometimes I'm really envious of strong and confident people like you.
But you're amazing too, Kale.
Oh, you're embarrassing me. Anyway, let's go to the Grand Bazaar to have a look. Oh, before you leave, be sure to inform Master Tainari.
Hello, Tignari.
Good morning. How do you feel today?
Great.
We feel much better. How about you?
How's your wound, Tignari?
I'm recovering well. Thanks for asking.
But from the looks of it, you seem to be already busy with work again.
It's fine. I'm not that busy, really. The Elazar patients have recovered, as well as Hypatia. For now, I only need to tend to my Forest Watcher duties.
It seems once Irminsul started getting better, everything else started to recover too.
Yes, but there are still some residual effects. The withering is one example. Though it won't spread anymore, the existing zones won't just disappear. We forest rangers will still need to do the work.
I appreciate that's a lot to ask.
By the way, we have some good news. Cyno got his position back.
This news is hardly new. He had already mentioned it to me before.
Shit.
Huh? You mean he was already here? Why didn't he come to say hi to us?
He visited once, but he was afraid of disturbing you while you were resting. He just asked me a few questions and left.
Oh.
Then you
okay.
probably already know all about the celebration feast.
Celebration feast? No, I haven't heard anything about that.
Huh? But didn't Nilou say in her letter that they would celebrate Sino? He didn't tell you?
Perhaps, or alternatively, he doesn't know about it either.
Come to think of it, Sino doesn't seem like the type who'd enjoy a celebration feast.
I guess Nilou's only planning on telling him once festivities are underway.
You and Kale are both Sino's close friends. Why don't you come to the feast with us?
Kale has taken over some of my tasks these days. I don't think she'll have time for it. Not to mention me. You see, some VIPs have come to the forest recently.
Huh? VIPs? Very important Paimons?
Well, technically speaking, they are former VIPs. The sages involved in recent incidents have begun their training in the Avidya forest, and the people they had previously imprisoned have all been released.
Huh?
Is your master alright?
Yes, he's a little weak, but he isn't injured and his condition is stable. Lesser Lord Kusanali, in her boundless mercy, has decided to spare Azar and the other wrongdoers. Supposedly, they were ashamed of their shallow ideologies and have decided to dedicate the rest of their lives to cultivating wisdom in the Avidya forest.
Wow.
When they learned that Lesser Lord Kusanali had defeated the Balladeer and saved Irminsul, they were shocked at first, but also became happy, feeling that the sacred light guiding them on the path of discovering wisdom had begun to shine once again. As a result, work has increased for the forest rangers.
That sounds really exhausting.
There's nothing we can do, really. But that's another topic. Back to the matter at hand. Are you two planning to head out?
Yep.
Ah, right! We're here to request permission to head out. Would that be okay?
You've recovered well. You may go, but be careful.
Of course.
Yay! Will do!
Positions.
Where are... Oh, where does Nilou's story quest take place? Never mind, we can't do this. We're just going back and forth. Sorry, that was just like... Band songs are just constantly going through my head. Okay, to the Grand Bazaar. Finally finish this fucking quest. You get answers to a lot of questions. I really love this quest. It's finally taking away like the very first person view we got with the Traveler. And it's giving us a more third person limited view. I like it.
Well, there won't be any problems if the feast starts at that time. Everything has already been prepared.
Mr. Zubair, I finished tallying things up here. Well, except for the guests.
Is a simple reply really that much to ask of our guests? It's affecting our arrangements.
Oh, it'll be fine. Besides, it never hurts to get things ready in advance.
I was thinking the same thing. The feast will be held sooner or later, right?
Hey, Nilou!
Traveler, Paimon.
We got your letters, so here we are!
You're the best. The other guests haven't even replied yet.
Huh? Are we the only ones that have arrived?
Yeah, I had someone deliver letters to all of our guests. But maybe everyone is still busy with other things.
Look, I get it. Sumeru is in an extremely important period of transition right now, but even if your friends are important figures, they shouldn't just ignore your request like this. Nilou is Sumeru's #1 celebrity after all.
Of course, you're right.
You have no idea how happy I am to talk to people with good taste.
If you consider enjoying Nilou's dances having good taste, then almost everybody has good taste. Because Paimon thinks everybody will love her performance.
That's right. We all think she's amazing too. Nilou is an absolute favorite among those of us who frequent the Grand Bazaar. For Outlanders, you have a great eye.
Thank
Master
you.
Zubair, let's have a vote for the most outstanding audience members next time. I think these two may win.
Nonsense. It is not for us to determine the value of an audience. But indeed, we could try giving gifts to people with particularly good taste. I heard there's a device in Fontaine called a camera that can record people's appearances as pictures. Such pictures would make superb gifts.
Ooh, good idea. I wonder where we can find one.
I have one.
I don't want you giving pictures of me to everyone. I'm satisfied just being able to perform here.
There's always a lot going on at the Grand Bazaar.
Yeah, and that's why I love it here. Traveler and Paimon, could you help confirm if the letters were actually delivered? If for some reason they didn't receive the letters, then please tell everyone that there will be a feast here.
Okay, we'll go around and check.
Yeah, we can also check out how everything in Sumeru is going now.
Do you know where everybody is?
When I wrote the letters, I heard that Dia was in Port Ormos, and Alhaitham was at the Academia. As for Sino, we've only heard that he appears at the Academia from time to time. I'm not too sure about Rahman's whereabouts. My guess is that he's with Dia. As for Dunyarzad, I just hope she's feeling better. I sent her a letter, but I was afraid of disturbing her. If you have time, please ask about her for me.
Got it.
Got it. Let's go, Traveler.
Up. Yes. Good.
With all my strength.
I'll go to the Adventurers Guild later and ask Ms. Catherine if she knows how to get one of those cameras.
Yes, please do. I'm sure the audience would be thrilled at the chance of receiving commemorative gifts. It could be our special surprise that we prepare for everyone.
I think it's an amazing idea. Who knows? If we take more pictures, they might even become the signature souvenir of the Grand Bazaar.
And Nilou will become even more famous. Ha! It won't be long till people are fighting for front row at your performances.
I've heard that this camera is not just something anyone can use as they please. It must be aimed properly, and subjects should pose for the best results.
Oh, should we get ready then? Perhaps we should wear something a little more appropriate.
No. I think we look absolutely fine. If anything, when we pose for this, clever invention, we should just be ourselves,
You really think so?
These are the weirdest conversations to be having in current time. Alhaitham, sorry, is up there. Move through.
We haven't seen Alhaitham anywhere. person over there. Hey there, have you seen Al-Haytham around?
Yes, it seems Scribe Al-Haytham has gone to the House of Dana. You should be able to find him there. But you're already the second group of people I've seen looking for him today. He must be quite the busy man.
Oh? Who else was looking for him?
Mr. Cavey was just here asking about him. You wouldn't believe how terrible their relationship is. And now you two are here. Don't tell me everyone's here looking for gossip about the sages.
No, not at all.
No way! We're strictly here on business.
Ah, I see. Sorry, I thought maybe everyone's as interested in rumors about the sages as I am.
Well... I know I'm about to mispronounce that, so what am I even gonna say? Sorry for being so quiet. Yeah, I don't have a reason.
Positions.
Okay.
Al-Haytham should be around here somewhere, right?
There's Kaveh and
Oh, he's over there! But it looks like he might not have time for us.
he's already talking
Just
with someone
put down
else.
that worthless book and tell me what happened in the academia.
This
Ooh.
is not just some worthless book. Do you have any idea how difficult it is to find a physical book like this in Sumeru?
It doesn't matter. It's probably just another thing that you used your authority to get your hands on anyway. Just put it aside. Listen, I came back today only to hear that the sages have disappeared.
Oh, you sound surprised. I thought you would already know the inside story.
Would I be here asking you if I knew? You're the scribe, not me. So just tell me what you know already.
Well, I almost became a sage.
Huh?
Oh, don't sound too surprised now. You're the renowned Kaveh, light of the Ksharawar. Besides, as a master builder and craftsman, chances are you'll be appointed as a sage too.
Why do I feel like you don't really mean it?
What makes you say that? Why would you question my heartfelt sincerity?
Maybe it's because you've never said anything good about me before.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I share a similar sentiment, and anyone who knows you as well as I do would surely do the same.
Ugh, you... See? This is why I hate discussing anything with you. Your ridiculous and arrogant attitude always gets in the way.
It seems that you really can't stand my personality.
Ha! What was your first clue?
Well, then you might as well move out of my house.
Are you threatening me? Stooping to a new low, I see. Ugh, and don't change the subject. You, a sage? What a joke. The academia might as well just close tomorrow.
Are they having a fight?
Let's see how this plays out. We're not in a rush anyway.
Forget what's going on with the academia. Haven't you been busy with your construction project? Tell me, when are you going to build yourself a mansion?
Don't get me started. I get angry just thinking about it.
So, what great building did our master architect work on this time?
Like I need to tell you. Keep your nose out of my business.
No, I think we deserve to know. Where were you when Sumeru needed you most?
I was in the desert for a large project, but considering Haravatat's utter ignorance of architectural and aesthetic matters, you probably wouldn't understand.
Wow.
Which is truly unfortunate. I can only pity the man who doesn't understand the first thing about beauty and romance. Unlike a true... hold on, wait a second. What do you mean by when Sumeru needed me most?
Well, while you were out fiddling around in the desert, many people came together to save Sumeru from a crisis.
Ha! And you think I'd believe that?
Look, all you really need to know is that Azar and all his accomplices have all been overthrown.
Huh? What nonsense are you talking about?
It's no skin off my nose if you don't believe me. It's not like my Darshan was the one trying to apply for funding from the Grand Sage. Yours, though, on the other hand...
You know what? I'll ask around. I'm sure someone knows what's going on here. You're dead if I find out you're lying to me.
Wow. That was hilarious.
Hey, Alhaitham!
Oh, it's you two. What's the matter?
We're running some errands for Nilou. Have you received her letter?
Letter?
Nilou said she sent out a letter inviting everyone to a celebration feast in 2 days at the Grand Bazaar. We'll also be celebrating Zaino's reinstatement as General Mahamatra.
If she addressed the letter to Alhaitham of the Academia, then the letter should have gone to my office. I've been busy these days, so I haven't had time to check for any new mail at my office. I only now have some free time to attend to personal matters.
Have you always been so busy with your work?
Of course not. I'm only busy these days because several sages have been dismissed recently and the whole Academia was practically turned upside down.
Kainari told us they all went to train in the Avidia Forest. Apparently they will spend the rest of their lives there.
That is already the best possible ending for the likes of them. 4 of the 6 great sages were possessed by their desire for power and attempted to create a new god. In order to pull it off, they even imprisoned the other 2 rational sages. To imagine such things could take place in the Academia. I don't know where to begin.
The 6 great sages sounds pretty powerful.
Yeah, you're right. Huh. Feels kinda strange to hear them called that after all this time. But then again, the 6 great schools sounded pretty impressive too.
Yes, at least that's how they're supposed to sound. It's said that when the Academia was first founded, the Dendro Archon herself established the 6 great schools, each representing one of the 6 different types of wisdom. Numerous Darshans have sprung up and faded. Only the 6 Darshans attaching themselves to the 6 great schools have stood the test of time and obtained permanent seats in the Academia. Now, the 6 Darshans are nearly synonymous with the 6 great schools, and the leaders selected for the schools are the 6 great sages. Among the 6 great sages, there is one central leader, the Grand Sage. Unfortunately, only the sages from Vahumana and Amorta remain now. They were imprisoned for opposing Azar, and were only rescued after Azar's downfall.
So who's managing things in the other 4 schools now? Do they need to find someone new?
Yes. Normally, new sages are selected based on a strict set of criteria.
Oh, didn't you just say something about becoming a sage? If they pick you, then we'd have a huge connection in Sumeru.
Paimon has a point.
Yes, about that. You didn't let me finish my sentence. The person in charge of personnel affairs nominated me to be the Grand Sage in place of Azar and help Lesser Lord Kusanali manage the Academia. But I refused.
Why?
Huh? But why? Can't you be a little more ambitious?
Just slightly.
I'm not even interested in being one of the 6 great sages. Like I said before, I don't like being a leader.
Okay.
All right. So are you busy these days trying to find others to take the job?
That's not my job either. I'm only responsible for handling important affairs within the Academia before the new sages take office.
So you're still a leader now, even if it's just temporary?
And the first thing I'll do is reject Kasharawar's application for funding.
By the Who was that other person just now? Is he your friend?
Do we look like friends?
Kind of?
Paimon doesn't know. That's why Paimon's asking.
His name is Kaveh, my roommate. You could say he's the representative for Ksharawar scholars.
He didn't seem to believe a word you told him.
Which is exactly why he always has so many problems.
So everything that's happened recently must be a huge change for the people of Sumeru.
Giving whole ass divorced couple. Like they broke up a month ago and they're still getting through it, but they still have to live together because dude hasn't had enough funding to move out yet. Thanks for your hard work these days.
Such is the work of the Academia Scribe.
God, I need help.
Well, anyway, no matter how busy you are, since you are our planner, remember to attend the celebration feast in 2 days.
Alright, I'll see you there.
Port Ormos. Why am I saying port with a flipped R? Don't ask me. I'm not sure. Port Ormos. Sounds so pretty. I'm like rocking back and forth while sitting on my bed like it's a rocking chair. There's something wrong. That's why you keep hearing that metal noise. I keep hitting my little metal basket. I have a little metal basket that holds a bunch of stuff. Ow! I just laid on top of my headphones by accident. I need to get done with the stream before 9 though, because my niece is coming down and we probably are going to need to practice cheer stuff. I didn't think the ending of this Archon quest would be anything other than very, very quick. I just ran into a pole. Not real me, Nilou. Oh, Nilou, not me. Nilou ran into a pole, but it was me because I played that. I'm not gonna get into that. Sorry.
This is Port Ormos. Now where could...
Is that Paimon I hear?
Do yourself.
It's been a while. How are you doing?
Sorry.
Dad! It's been so long since we've seen you!
We're good, how about you?
I'm doing well. I can go as far as saying I have never been happier in my entire life. I don't know if you've heard, but Elazar has completely disappeared, and all the patients have recovered.
You kidding? Knowing them and the connections they've got, I'm sure they've heard about it.
Didn't expect to see you here.
That's right. My lady is feeling better now, so I'm accompanying her for a walk.
Why do you still call me that, Dia? You've already informed my father of your resignation.
I guess I'm just used to calling you my lady. Old habits die hard.
You're
Resignation? You mean you're quitting?
Yeah, I might start losing my edge if I keep being a bodyguard for the Homayanis.
You know that my parents and I are fond of you, and that we appreciate you very much. It wouldn't be a problem if you wish to continue to be our bodyguard.
I'm not a woman that's easily persuaded. You should know that by now, my lady. When I took this job, I had already decided that I'd quit as soon as you recovered. It's time for me to get back out there and chase that horizon.
So what are you gonna do now if you're not gonna be a bodyguard anymore?
I want to take a risky job and put my body to the test again.
Huh? But we literally just finished one of the most dangerous jobs ever. Are you getting bored already?
I know. If I hadn't joined in that plan with you, I wouldn't have come up with this idea. I guess I still get fired up by that feeling of going all out in a fight. It made me realize that I'm still a mercenary through and through. Life is short, and I'm happy that I got to be a part of that operation. But the whole thing also made me realize that there are still many problems in Sumeru. And as a desert dweller, I'm still not completely ready to settle down on this side of the wall.
Well, I remember a friend had someone bring you a message.
You mean I'll hate them? I didn't expect him to still remember that. I thought he was joking.
We just came from talking with Alhaitham at the Academia.
Did he tell you that he suggested that I come work at the Academia?
What?
No way. We didn't hear anything about that.
I heard that Azar and his cronies fell from power, and Alhaitham told me that now was a good time to find a job in the Academia, but only if I wanted to.
Whoa. Hyman can't see you being anything other than a mercenary.
Me neither. But I think Dia would look great dressed up as a scholar.
Wow, okay.
Forget about it. I wouldn't last 10 seconds in there. Alhaitham probably just liked the way I worked and knew I'm good in a fight. So he suggested I find some work in the Academia.
But you know, if you take him up on the offer, Sino might actually agree and let you become a Matra. Because you're super amazing.
The Matra have all the talent they need as long as they have Sino. I prefer to be free to live however I choose.
I respect that.
In fact, I chose this job from the very start because I knew it'd be right up my alley.
Even if being a mercenary means facing all kinds of danger.
A lion has to return to the wild sooner or later. If anything, being your bodyguard has been unfamiliar territory for me.
I don't want to see you go, but I'll respect your decision.
I'm glad to hear you say that. Come on, no need for the sad face. It's not like we'll never meet again.
I guess being free is just part of how Dihya operates.
Once the whole Dendro Archon thing is settled, everything in Sumeru will take a turn for the better. That makes me happy too. But a peaceful society will probably mean less demand for mercenaries like me. Before long, we'll be a dying breed. So I'd better get to work while I still can.
Huh? But wait a second. You make it sound like you're leaving now.
Well, no. Not yet, at least. I promised my lady I'd stick around until next week.
So, have you been in Port Ormos this entire time? We were wondering if you had received a letter from Nilou.
Oh, did Nilou write to us?
She heard that you were seen in Port Ormos, so she sent the letter here.
Huh. It was probably sent to the inn that we're staying at. My lady has been very energetic lately, and keeps taking me on hikes, staying out even into the night. By the time we get back, the receptionist is usually off napping on the job.
Right, and we tend to leave quite early in the morning, so the old man on duty is also usually dozing off.
So what it really sounds like is that the person on duty is always asleep.
I bet the letter's at the reception desk. I'll go check later.
No wonder there wasn't a reply. You never received the letter. Good thing Nilou asked us to come and check on that.
Sorry to make you two come all the way out here.
It must be something important for Nilou to specifically write to us like that.
Yes, she said they were preparing a victory feast in the Grand Bazaar, and will also be celebrating Sino's reinstatement as General Mahamatra. She was hoping you could come.
Great! I'll be sure to attend.
Count me in too. But is there some sort of dress code or anything for the feast?
No dress
Can I just show up looking like this?
Yes, you can.
Since it's being organized by Nilou, I don't think she'll be too picky about that. If anything, I think she wants to see us as our most natural selves.
All right, then this is how I'll show up.
The feast will be held in 2 days, so don't forget.
Sure.
Thank you so much for letting us know. We'll see you there.
Oh, by the way, do you happen to know where Sino and Raman are?
The General Mahamatra always comes and goes without a trace. Normally no one knows his whereabouts.
Oh.
But last time we met, he mentioned that he had something to do in Aru village. You can try your luck there. As for Raman, your guess is as good as mine. I only remember he said that he had something to discuss with Sino. You can ask Sino when you meet him.
Thanks, Tika.
Don't mention it. You'd better get going.
Alright, on to our next stop.
Next up. Our village. Maybe we can invite Kentucky. It's just for fun.
Yeah!
Ow. My neck just cracked. It wasn't really pain, it was just a reaction. I react to ow to literally any feeling. Like, my knee pops and I'll be like, ow. It's like, there's not any pain whatsoever. Sorry. Got distracted there. No, did I just hit a dog by accident?
It's been a while since we last visited Aru Village. Ah, there's Sino!
It's been a while.
What brings you here?
We recovered well, and Tanari agreed to let us leave, so now we're out and about again.
It seems Gandharvaville's medical treatment is still as good as ever.
Mm-hmm. And Tanari is recovering well, too.
That's good to hear.
Thank you for taking us to him.
Yeah, you're the one who brought us to him when we lost consciousness,
Sorry.
right? Thanks for that.
You're welcome. Tainari has excellent medical skills, and Kale is quite attentive. It was the best place for you.
But why are you just standing here like a dead tree?
I'm meeting some people.
Oh, you mean Candace?
I've already talked with Candace and the village chief. They're still at the usual place. You can go there if you'd like to see them. But you know one of the people I'm meeting as well.
Oh, by King Deshret's blessing, my friend suddenly appears in the desert. Don't tell me you've run into trouble and need us to help now.
Roman! And... huh? Sataria?
Oh.
Hi, Queen.
You know me?
Oh, well, you're pretty famous in the academia.
Don't worry, these are our friends. No need to be so guarded.
I see.
How have you been doing lately?
I'm doing well. Many good things have happened recently.
Same here. Really, I feel that my whole life has started to shine after suddenly finding a new direction.
Oh, tell us everything.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Alright, well, I suppose I should start by saying I've decided to leave the academia.
I respect it. You're not going to be a scholar anymore?
It's not that I've given up on being a scholar. Instead, you could say I've found a new identity. I will no longer pursue research like a typical scholar, but I have not completely given up on my relationship to knowledge either.
I can see what you're saying now.
What do you mean?
I plan to leave the academia and return to teach here in the desert.
Wow, so you want to become a teacher?
Sataria will return to support education here and teach people from the desert. She can't teach everyone on her own, but there are many of us Eremites all over Sumeru. She came to discuss a collaboration with me and hoped that I could bring her ideas to the Eremites.
Yes, it's my hope that the Eremites can help me select a group of smart people with the best aptitude for teaching. I'll teach them, and after they've finished learning from me, they can go educate more people. That is the true meaning of education and the spreading of knowledge.
The people of King Deshret suffer from sandstorms, exile, and ignorance. Miss Itaria is more than welcome to come teach here. Her arrival is like a star shining in the desert night. The stars have always guided caravans, thieves, soldiers, and travelers who get lost in the night. They lead those in the dark out of trouble and back to safety.
Oh, please. Where's all of this coming from? I'm starting to feel a little embarrassed.
You deserve these compliments. Mercenaries are accustomed to danger and don't fear death, which is why we recognize extraordinary actions that common people would easily overlook.
Setaria's idea will bring much good to many people.
Yep.
At first, I feared it was destined to fail. Everyone knows that the Academia doesn't allow scholars to teach in the desert without permission. As you know, all knowledge is under their surveillance and control, and very few desert dwellers are as lucky as me. But what I heard at that time has been haunting my heart, as if there were lightning bolts constantly bombarding my soul. Setaria, you tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, the tighter the Academia's grasp on you will become. Setaria, why haven't you gone home? Never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
She remembered it.
Miss.
These words sparked something in me, and I knew that I had to bring something back to my people after going home. I gathered up the courage to approach the Grand Sage, only to find that he was no longer at the Academia. Lord Sino told me that Azar didn't belong there anymore.
Azar has received much-needed punishment. Though, if you ask me, it may have been too light. You probably have already heard.
Yeah,
Lord Sino helped me obtain permission to leave the Academia for the desert, and accompanied me here to discuss collaboration with members of the Eremites. My plan was able to go smoothly thanks to him and Rahman.
You're all doing so much for the desert.
Aside from that, I also have some other business to discuss with Sino.
Lesser Lord Kusanali has allocated many resources to support and develop the desert. I've done some business for her, and part of it required the assistance of the Eremites. I applied for a few batches of educational materials from the Academia, and sent them to several groups in the desert, as instructed by Lesser Lord Kusanali. I believe the people will make good use of them.
That's exactly what the people here need. Physical books and other related items. If it weren't for Sino and Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'm afraid we'd never be able to get our hands on them.
Apart from this, the Academia is also recruiting scholars that are willing to teach in the desert. I'll let you and Setaria know as soon as I have any more news. We must be persistent about this, and maintain these resources to ensure long-term effectiveness.
This is the first time in hundreds of years we've had a glimmer of hope. I think this may be the turning point for the desert. Remember these words. Here lies our faithful priest, Kasala. His wisdom is a miracle among the people, deserving of high praise and admiration. I hope people with wisdom like that priest will rise again among the desert dwellers. Then we'll once again see the wisdom and glory that once shook the world.
Enough about us. Are you here to discuss some business too?
No, not at all. We're actually here on behalf of Nilou. Nilou wanted to write to everyone, but she wasn't sure where the letters should be sent, so she asked us to come find everyone personally. A celebration feast will be held in 2 days at the Grand Bazaar. She hopes that all of you will be able to attend. At the feast, we'll also be celebrating Sino's reinstatement as General Mahamatra. Although, judging from your appearance, it seems you've already been reinstated. Paimon thought you would only start working for the Academia after the feast.
Celebration? Feast?
Oh, so you really didn't know?
It's the first I've heard of it.
Tighnari was right. He really didn't know.
This feast is for you, Sino. Sounds to me like you'll have to be there.
It's rare to see that kind of expression from Lord Sino. You must not like feasts very much.
No, not really. But I'll go.
You two are invited as well.
Well, I still have a lot to handle here. Besides, I need to look after Miss Sataria in the desert, so I'll have to pass.
I'm afraid I won't be able to join you. Although, if you'd be so kind, please give a message to Miss Nilou for me. The message is, I'm sorry for how I treated you before, but now I understand the beauty of your dance. It's like a light shining in the sky. You and the art you symbolize are not only beautiful, but also lively and powerful, so much so that it was prohibited. Please keep dancing, and someday I'll be able to appreciate your art in person.
Okay, we've got all that down.
We'll be sure to give the message to Nilou.
Our job here is complete as well. Oh, Sino, remember, party's in 2 days. Make sure you're there.
Got it.
19 to 24 days later. No. Okay. Okay. Alright. It's in the Grand Bazaar. Sorry. Okay. Stuck.
Today's the big day! Let's go to the Grand Bazaar and see how the celebration's coming along.
Mm-hmm. We run. Everyone except for Raman and Sataria, but still.
Everybody's already here. Looks like we're the last ones to arrive.
I'm here.
Ah, there you are.
Good evening.
Well, look who finally decided to show up.
You look like you came here immediately after finishing up some work. I'm very happy to see you here.
We didn't, but
Wait,
thank you.
We're not late, are we? It's just that everyone else arrived ahead of time.
I propose that the last one who arrived be put in charge of today's speeches.
No.
Nah, there won't be any speeches today.
Ha.
Oh, really? Well, even better.
Come join us over here. Let's share some great food and drinks, and chat about all sorts of fun things.
Yep.
Everything looks quite good.
Wow! Paimon can't wait! Traveler, just look at all the delicious food here!
Mm-hmm. It's beautifully arranged. Everybody eats and drinks before enjoying the performances prepared by Nilou and everyone in the Grand Bazaar. Time passes gradually in the wonderful atmosphere, and the beautiful evening feels almost blah blah.
It's so delicious! Oh, this grilled meat tastes amazing!
The food was specially prepared for you by everyone in the Grand Bazaar. And we have gifts that were sent by the residents of Sumeru City when they heard we were holding a feast. Everyone that came said that you saved Sumeru, and wanted me to thank you all on their behalf.
Feels kinda nice to be seen as a hero. I could get used to this.
Being a bodyguard is also a hero's job. You've always been amazing, Dia.
My lady sure has a way with words. Thanks. I'm glad to hear it.
And I'm happy to meet everyone that participated in the great plan.
Don't mention it.
Come to think of it, we've really done something impressive together. It's unbelievable.
We owe it to our abilities. And luck.
Really? Why do I remember everybody thinking that luck was against us and feeling like we hardly had a chance of succeeding?
That's how I remember it too.
It's luck that brought us together, and it was luck that let us form a team. Then, it took even more luck for us to formulate a plan and implement it successfully.
Or it was just your
Moreover, judging from the results, everything worked out well.
Yeah. Everyone gave it their all when it mattered most. It was almost like a performance. We took the stage and put on our best show. Everyone played their part, and thanks to everyone's efforts, the performance was a great success.
So, would you say we're good actors too?
That's one more talent under our belt.
It's such a blessing that Lesser Lord Kusanali was able to return to power at the Academia.
Yes, even after being abandoned and neglected so many times, she's finally returned.
Returned to the Academia, abandoned and neglected?
Uh-huh. Lesser Lord Kusanali once seized all her power in a great disaster, which resulted in her losing all her wisdom and memories of the past. The Academia basically abandoned her because of it.
Oh.
This should be something everybody should remember. Huh? You look surprised. I didn't say anything wrong, did I?
No.
No, everything you said is correct.
That's good.
Something wrong?
Yeah, what's with that face? You knew all of this already.
Don't mind me, my mind was elsewhere.
Even if those two giants of the Academia are here, I still have to say it. Those sages really have some nerve. 500 years ago, Lesser Lord Kusanali used all her power for the people of Sumeru, and what did they do in return?
Seems that after everyone, their understanding of Sumeru's history also changed. Sumeru's archon all along. I'm the only one all of Tatting. Wow. As the witness of all that happened, I shall respect her choice.
If you bite the hand that feeds you, don't act surprised when it turns into a knuckle sandwich, right, Sino?
Perhaps I shouldn't say this, but their treatment of Lesser Lord Kusanali calls for a more severe punishment.
You could simply tell Lesser Lord Kusanali that you wish to have Azar and his accomplices severely punished.
I respect our deity's decision, and won't interfere in any way.
Respect.
While we're on this topic, why didn't you accept the Academia's invitation to become the Grand Sage?
Are you trying to say that I'm fit to be a sage?
Not at all. But every person handling the selection process has said that you are the most suitable candidate to lead the Academia right now.
Why? Because he dethroned Azar from power?
Could you try to put it another way? This is a good thing, yet you're making it sound like I overthrew Azar for my own personal gain.
But seriously though, I always wondered if you had some personal motives behind it.
I did have my own motive, but it had nothing to do with being a sage. If the rules of our nation were suddenly cast by the wayside, then it wouldn't be long until chaos ensued. I had no intention of letting their dreams disrupt my life.
By that, you mean your life working as the Academia's scribe.
Precisely.
Wait, is that all?
So, that's the only reason why you joined us and came up with all those plans?
It's reason enough.
You've certainly got quite the personality.
You flatter me.
All right then. How about you? You've already resumed work as the General Mahamatra, right?
That's right.
Will you be happy with that life?
It's not about being happy. There are merely a lot of things that I must do.
Even so, keep your spirits up and try to be happy, okay? And try to smile more every day, just like I'm doing now.
Aw.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. I love Nilou. I don't like you, so I'll talk to you first.
I seldom participate in such lively gatherings, but the atmosphere here is quite good.
I thought you might find it boring.
No. This gathering today has a unique meaning.
I suppose.
The Grand Bazaar is lively because the people here feel happiness from the bottom of their hearts, unlike the farces at the Academia. That happiness is an emotion that'll be forever alien to those bookworms who have driven themselves insane by studying. I seem to have taken both keys when I left the house. Oh well.
Oh my goodness. Kave's gonna be pissed at you.
The atmosphere here is good, and everything is delicious.
It must be rare to see you at such a lively gathering.
Yeah. I don't often come to such places, but it feels quite good. I have a lot to handle these days. Otherwise, I could show you around.
It's alright, don't worry about us.
There's always next time. We're friends after all.
Mm-hmm.
This feast is pretty good. I like it.
My lady, the grilled meat over there is delicious. Have you tried it?
Yes, I also tried some fruit just now. Oh, they're very sweet.
Yeah.
What an amazing place to relax. No wonder everybody likes to rest at the Grand Bazaar.
You said it. Oh, look who else is here.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, I'm so happy Nilou invited everybody. Oh, now I have the chance to meet all the heroes.
My pleasure. I'm glad we could come.
Hey, less of that polite chit-chat and more eating and drinking. The feast is about having fun, not stuffy formalities.
Ah, there you are, traveler. Well, how is it? Are you enjoying the feast today? If there's anything you're unhappy with, just let me know. I'll be sure to take note of it.
It's great. Thanks for inviting me.
That's good. It's the first time I've ever invited so many exceptional people to one place. I was a little nervous myself. You see, every guest here is quite extraordinary. It's unbelievable that we've got everyone together here. Almost like a fairy tale. Make sure you live it up tonight. I'll be happy as long as you're enjoying yourselves.
We have a message to tell you.
I'm honored to have her think of me this way. If I have a chance in the future, I would really like to invite her to one of my performances. I can't explain why, but I just feel elated right now. Thank you.
Of course.
Hey, what's wrong? Your head is starting to droop.
Suddenly a little sleepy.
Hey, you can't just fall asleep here. Paimon will go find something delicious for you to eat. You'll wake up once you put something yummy in your tummy.
Really?
Of course. Just wait here for Paimon.
I wasn't expecting this to be completing the Archon quest and Nilou's story quest. Is it because I didn't sleep well last night that I feel sleepy all of a sudden, or is it because I'm too full? Huh? Seems like someone is there. Oh no. Oh, glowy. Oh, everything's frozen. This is not good.
It's me.
Oh! Shit! Looks like my consciousness is connected to yours again.
Mm-hmm. You may blame me for being a bit too self-indulgent. I was thinking about talking with you, and the next thing I knew, I had made a connection with you. The connection between us is amazing. It's like flora and the fence it grows upon. I heard there's an amazing celebration feast today at the Grand Bazaar. I wanted to have a look for myself, so I snuck in. Lately, I've been so busy dealing with all the fallout from recent events, so I really haven't had any free time. Although you've already helped me with a lot, there's still one more thing I hope you can help me with.
What is it?
Please say thank you to everyone for me.
Of course. So that's what this is about. No, it'd be better if you could do that yourself.
Is it not convenient for you to do that for me?
Some things in this world must be done by yourself.
But if I just show up all of a sudden, people will become all quiet and stiff, won't they?
Not if they know you.
What if I end up scaring them and ruining this wonderful feast? That'd be the last thing I want.
Be fine. Please don't worry too much.
Let me think about it. Okay.
Have you made up your mind?
Yes, I have.
Huh?
You said I should go thank everyone as myself, right? So... I've decided to borrow your body for the time being. Please don't blame me. The floor also climbs up to the fence to get closer to the sky.
And at least promise me you won't say anything weird when you're in my body.
Everyone! Are you awake now? Paimon was just about to bring you the food. It's me. Huh? That voice. Nahida?
Hold up. What's going on?
I didn't expect to have a conversation with the consciousness of Lesser Lord Kusanali in the Grand Bazaar. Interesting. Is this also a part of the feast?
Probably not intended.
No, of course not. Are you... Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Hello, Nilou.
You know who I am?
Yes, I already know every one of you. Nilou, Alhaitham, Sino, Dia, Paimon, and Dunyarzad.
Lesser Lord Kusanali?
I took the liberty of occupying the traveler's body so that I could thank all of you in person. Thank you so much for rescuing me, even if that meant placing your own safety in peril and taking the risk of becoming enemies with the academia, the sages, the doctor, the balladeer, and even the entirety of Sumeru. Without you, without any of you, I would have been in a much more difficult situation. Had you not helped me to resolve the crisis, not only I, but Sumeru and even the entirety of Teyvat would have suffered great misfortune. People refer to you as the heroes who managed to rescue a god. I'm quite fond of this name. It not only explains your identities, but also bears witness to your relationship with me. Please, allow me to present to you my most sincere gratitude.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, you have done so much for Sumeru, and I didn't even have a chance to do anything for you. You don't have to do this.
Dunyarzad, the suffering you endured during your illness is also proof of you being with me and praying for me. Thank you.
You don't need to be so ceremonious. It's always been my duty to protect you.
This is how the relationship between the Academia and Dendro Archon should be. We just did what was necessary and set things back on the right path.
You're an Archon, but you act so humble. You really don't need to be so polite with us.
I'm honored to have been able to take part in this plan. I hoped you liked the dance I dedicated to you.
Thank you, all of you. Thank you so much.
position. Just like I said, everyone is happy to meet you.
Yeah.
Shows up for a surprise visit and brings the feast to its climax. Sincere joy flows in the hearts of everyone present. A warm atmosphere of talking and laughter carries on late into the night. Feast ends on a perfect note. Already over an hour into this.
Are you awake? Did you rest well?
I think I slept
After
alright.
Nahida left, you ate a lot of food. You've become a glutton.
Still nothing compared to Paimon.
That just means you still have a lot to learn from Master Paimon, the Sage of Gluttony.
I don't know if that's something you should brag about.
Since you're awake now, should we go and have a chat with Nahida?
Mm-hmm.
She should be in the academia right about now. If you have any questions, now's your chance to ask.
Go to the sanctuary of Serthana. I will be doing that in a second. We're finishing this Archon quest. Has the majority of this been this Archon quest? Actually, no. Actually, yeah, kind of a majority of it, but just a little over a majority of it. Just a little bit. This place is so pretty. Wish I could go exploring, but none of the doors open. Oh shit. Can I climb? No, it's considered a domain. That's sad. I want to climb.
Hello, Traveler and Paimon. What a fantastic night. I'm still immersed in all the happiness and joy, like a candle floating on water. So are we, and that's why we're here to talk with you. Is there anything you want to know?
About the Akasha.
After recent events, the Akasha can no longer function as it used to. I've given it some thought, and have decided to shut it down permanently. But this is definitely not a bad thing. Even from the beginning, I've been planning to shut it down. The Akasha's centralized administration of knowledge has always restrained people's curiosity and curtailed the number of paths available to them. I don't think this is good for Sumeru. Although people may initially feel a little uncomfortable with the loss of the Akasha, they will soon understand that this life is more suitable for them. And as for the future of Sumeru, I'm preparing to regain control of the academia. The former sages have received their punishment, but the new sages have yet to be selected. I will oversee the process personally. I hope that the new 6 great sages will be more focused on academics. Sumeru needs such leaders more than ever. The other big issue is the people of King Deshret. All the residents of the desert, in fact. They have been mistreated for far too long. I've already taken some measures to address this. It will take some time to rebuild everything, but no matter if it's culture, friendship, or trust, we will rebuild it.
Of course. About what happened after... No, that's gonna be the last thing. That's gonna be the last thing. That's gonna be the second last. About the Valadier.
He's still in a coma. I've hidden him like how one would hide a feather. I know you have many misgivings about him, but as someone who had become a god, he has retained a number of very useful features. Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on him and make sure he doesn't do any evil. In addition, there are still some mysteries left in him. Some things may be very clear from my perspective, but he is still yet to understand them himself. His future will be determined by fate.
About what happened after I fell asleep on that day.
What happened after the doctor put you to sleep?
Did he take the no-seas?
Not exactly. The top-ranked Fatui Harbingers, up to number 3, possess power comparable to that of gods. I was no match for him in that kind of situation. However, in spite of the bad situation, I still managed to make a fair deal with the doctor. I'm sure you remember the entity that changed your fate, the Heavenly Principles. In fact, the Heavenly Principles has been quiet since the Conria disaster 500 years ago. I used this point as leverage against the doctor. I told him that the Heavenly Principles may be awakened if I destroy the Gnosis. Although it's just a bluff, he still fell for it. I assumed that the Heavenly Principles wouldn't just stand by and let such extensive damage to its laws take place.
Right.
And as for what I exchanged for the Gnosis, the exchange served as both punishment for the doctor as well as a boon of new knowledge that I couldn't refuse as the god of wisdom.
About Fontaine, the next step on my turn.
Is that where you're headed next? Fontaine, the nation of justice? As far as I know, that nation operates in a judicial system. Does their Archon personally judge people? No, there's a Chief Justice in Fontaine. Generally speaking, the Hydra Archon, Focalor, won't preside over individual trials. However, even then, Focalor will still make herself present at just about every trial. It seems that she just likes to immerse herself in that sort of atmosphere. As Archon, she still reserves the right to influence the final verdict. Anyway, let's just say she's got, a very unique personality.
I've got nothing
Are
left
you
to
sure? Isn't there something else you haven't asked about yet?
say. Yeah.
Huh? You mean... About your brother. While you were resting at Gandharvaville, I took some time to perform an Irminsul search for information on your brother.
There shouldn't be any information on him in
Yeah!
Irminsul.
Isn't Irminsul a repository for all the information and memories of Teyvat? So there shouldn't be anything on her or her brother. This is true in your case. Irminsul indeed does not have any information on you. However, there must be something different about your brother. Because as it turns out, the world has recorded information on him after all. What? There's only one possible explanation. He belongs to this world.
Okay, what?
But
what?
Nothing about this makes any sense. Wasn't this your first trip to Teyvat?
Do you have any further intel?
According to the records I was able to access, your sibling suddenly appeared in Conria. After the Conria disaster, he began his journey through the 7 nations of Teyvat. But just as his journey was about to reach its conclusion, the Irminsul records on him suddenly become fuzzy. What do you mean, fuzzy? Did something happen to him? All I know for sure is that somebody, for reasons only they can know, is deliberately obfuscating his fate. And whoever it is, if they can do that, who knows what else they're capable of.
Could it be related to the Abyss?
But Even that wouldn't explain how he somehow comes from this world. Something else I noticed was that according to these records, the Fatui have not classified your sibling as one of the Descenders.
Descenders?
What's a Descender? Paimon's never heard of it. Look, I'm sure you must be curious about the information I received from the Fatui in return for my gnosis, right? A very important part of the intel was about this world's Descenders. External beings, ones that don't belong to this world. Traveler, you are Tevat's 4th Descender.
4th?
Huh? So the Fatui count 3 other Descenders before the Traveler, and her brother isn't even one of them? That's right. My current hypothesis is that the first Descender was likely what we now call the Heavenly Principles. As for the other Descenders, I still need to verify their existence. It could take me some time. Paimon's head's about to burst from all this crazy new information. And yet, even knowing all this, I'm sure you must still have a lot of unanswered questions. I must say, I truly regret that I can't help you more as the God of Wisdom. There are many questions in my heart as well. I will need some time to go through each one of them.
Same here. I'll need some time to reflect on what you've said.
And soon, you'll also begin your journey anew and depart from Sumeru.
Yep.
I'm very interested in your future. It's a journey that can't be observed or recorded by this world. If fate is the ultimate knowledge, then your future will be the ultimate fate.
Wow.
I'm sure glad we got to meet you, Nahida.
Great
The pleasure
friend.
is all mine. I can't thank you enough. Alright, that's enough talk for today. If you ever miss me, just close your eyes, and maybe I'll appear in your dreams.
Maybe. Having someone that can just talk to me whenever, no matter where I am, is great. So many prima donnas. Oh, right. Yeah.
Is there anything you want to know?
Oh, we can get a retell on all
And
those
soon,
things.
you'll up. I'm very interested if fate is the ult. I'm sure glad the pleasure is all. Alright,
Silver twig. A branch taken from the center of this world. There's once a giant tree that ran across the world, and this twig is a part of it. Though it has been removed from the tree, their connection remains strong as ever. Therefore, as long as this giant red tree that symbolizes the center of the world does not die, it will never wither. Trees symbolize life. In one of the stories from a certain place, there was a person who had entrusted her consciousness to the white tree's branches before she passed away. In that way, neither her life nor her hope would be lost. Since the branches would grow and sprout where there was sunshine and rain, and would one day blossom and bear fruits, trees also symbolize wisdom. In one of the legends, a sage hanging upside down on a tree had acquired the knowledge of how to inscribe runes and control sacred words, and thus followed the kingdoms established along the tree's roots, eventually gaining a glimpse of the secret of the cosmos. All knowledge, memory, and experience flowed through this giant tree, just like a stream flows into a river. The river joins the sea, and the sea turns into clouds, and the clouds rain onto the ground, just like life itself. Love that. We get a little souvenir from every Archon quest. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 more to go.
Hot girls for you. Emoji red heart. Hot girls for you. Emoji
Oh my
smiling
goodness,
face
fuck
with
off.
hearts. Hot girls for you.
Can I ban someone? Is that possible? How do I do that? How do I do this shit? Can I ban someone?
First, get into position like this. Then move like that. Yep, that's it.
Put user in timeout. Hold user on this channel. Put user in timeout. Hide user on this channel. How did we get a bot? How the fuck? Like, I'm sure there were far better streams, better options to reach people than the one viewer. Like, what the fuck? I need to turn audio messaging off just so I don't have to deal with that shit again. I'll do that for next stream. What the fuck? Oh. I still need to do it. Hopefully I'll have enough time. I mean, yeah, I'm having breaks off of cheer practice, so I should have more time. Okay, back to Nilou's story quests. I'm just gonna report real quick. Okay, just had to handle that real quick. Why am I going the wrong way? Okay, so just talk to people. Sorry. Sorry.
Trying to best the academia in a debate is attempting the impossible. If you really want to try, I won't stop you. It's not like our situation can get any worse.
I don't think it's entirely hopeless. To Sharif, Nilou's approach will come off as naive, but that kind of frankness is exactly what they lack the most. Things might turn out differently from what you expect.
I am in favor of such a romantic feat. No playwright will turn down a compelling underdog story.
Sure, in fiction, but I'm not sure how well that will translate to reality. I'm not saying that I don't support you, Nilou. If you need my help, just say the word. Anything is better than just standing aside and watching the theater get demolished.
Right.
I'm also pitching in. Let's show the academia that we have some fight in us.
Thank you, everyone. I feel a lot less nervous with your support.
Not to rain on your parade, but my father is a real hard guy to deal with. He's erudite, meticulous, demanding, and exceedingly familiar with rigorous logic. It'll be extremely difficult to beat him in a debate.
But with your help...
You all already knew that. But you just didn't want to hurt Nilou's feelings. But when all's said and done, aren't you hurting her just the same?
That's enough, Inaya!
Sorry, I've ruined the mood. I just can't force myself to expect a positive outcome. Nilou shouldn't have to push herself for the sake of an impossible goal.
There is nothing that is impossible.
Yeah, it's way too early to give up.
You're right, Inaya. We're up against the Academia. Everyone knows that they're very powerful. Being skeptical might actually be the more normal response. But I still want to try. I'm reluctant to just let Zubair Theater go. And it's not just me. I think everyone else here feels the same way. If we're unhappy, we should speak up and let our voices be heard. Say what's on your mind, and do what you think should be done. If we fail after that, then at least we won't have any regrets. I mean, after all, the only thing we can control right now is our choice at this very moment.
I understand what you're trying to say. I also have my own intense feelings of anger and regret.
Then, could I trouble you to tell your father about our plan for a debate? You can still get in touch with your family, right?
Yes, I can.
Then, please help us pass on my request. I've never participated in a debate, and truth be told, I'm still not really confident in myself.
Sorry.
But since we've decided on a debate, I'll do my best to prepare for it. I'll gather everyone's thoughts and let them be known to all during the debate. I, by myself, definitely don't have enough wisdom to beat your father, but what about the entire theater combined? Then we should have a chance, right?
Right.
That's right, Miss Nilou!
Beat the bad guy! Justice will prevail!
Make him eat dirt!
You two. We aren't getting into a fight. But thank you for your encouraging words. I'll do my best.
Well said back there, Nilou.
I felt that I might have said a bit too much. Anyway, we better start preparing now. First, let's see what everyone thinks about the situation. Mr. Zubair, we're trying to put together a list of arguments that might be useful. Any ideas?
It won't be difficult to explain our position. They're in the wrong, and they know it. I have meticulously managed this theater's affairs for years, and I have abided by every procedure and obtained every permit. I did all of that to protect ourselves if something like this were to occur. I didn't expect them to disregard the rules altogether.
This might have something to do with Naya.
Yes, I know. But anyone who's staying at the theater is one of us. If I can't even protect the members of the theater from outside pressure, then I have failed in my duty as a manager. In summary, you need sufficient confidence and strict adherence to the rules. At least for now, they don't have the authority to demolish the theater. As long as you double down on that point and force them to concede it, you'll gain an advantage.
All right, got it.
I've seen many situations like this before. The Academia sure likes to get its nose into everyone's business. While you prepare for the debate, I will also prepare the theater for the potential aftermath. It's best to prepare for the worst outcome. Once you're done chatting, do me a favor and tell our customers that we're canceling all of our shows.
Do we really have to?
Right now, no one's in the right frame of mind to perform. I have to consider both our staff and our customers. This is the only way. Nilou, you are incredible. With your talent and youth, you had the least to lose out of all of us. And yet you were still the first to take a stand.
I've never thought about leaving your theater, Mr. Zubair. I truly love this place, and I want to keep dancing here. I also want to keep dancing with everyone else.
You're becoming more and more like her. Do your best. We'll do all that we can, and leave the rest to fate.
Like who, good sir?
Her?
My teacher. She was an excellent dancer, but she's retired now. If we have time later, I'd be happy to tell you more about her.
I've gained a whole new level of respect for you. Inaya was right. It's true that I couldn't bear to bring down Nilou. It wasn't out of pity or anything, though. I just felt like I didn't have the right to say anything. After all, Nilou was the one who bravely stepped up and proposed to fight back. I didn't have that kind of courage or initiative. I'd be a terrible person if I spoke badly of Nilou without doing anything to help. She knows better than any of us how difficult this path will be.
Paimon doesn't really want to talk to him.
Me neither.
So, you've already developed some prejudices against me. And to think, I was just about to put forward a suggestion.
Oh, Paimon will listen to that.
Although, I know not if you have a new answer to my previous question. Now seems like an appropriate time to revisit it.
No.
What do you think is the meaning of art?
Shut up.
Oh, this again?
We probably do need to tackle this question if we want to prove the value of the arts. I don't know how to explain it, but all I know is that when my performance makes the audience happy, I also become very happy. Does that count as a meaning?
You answered him so seriously. Careful, Nilou. This guy's ramblings never make any sense.
No. Nilou's answer far surpasses yours, and it is close to my own. The meaning of art comes not from its creators, but from its audience. In other words, only art that can be appreciated by others will impart its essence and value upon the minds of its audience. This is something that the academia can never understand.
You seem to have many stories of your own.
I once pursued the mastery of art, much like how a researcher would chase wisdom and knowledge. However, the more of a connoisseur I became, the less I felt I understood. I began to question what it truly meant for art to be understood at all. I found that I could comprehend even the most complex and sophisticated of works, and yet somehow that provided me with little solace. I remained even perplexed about this conundrum until I visited this theater and watched one of Nilou's performances.
It was that life-changing?
Everyone here had a joyous part in the overall experience. The actors upon the stage basked in the love of their audience, while those in the house immersed themselves in the wondrous ambiance. In all honesty, from a purely critical point of view, the performances here are exceedingly average.
You suck.
Hey, don't say something like that.
But what bewildered me was how, despite the performance's middling quality,
what the fuck?
They captivated their whole audience. They captivated even me.
He sucks. Can we kick him off the stage? Can we just push him?
I realized then that I had walked the wrong road. The mastery of art was never what I truly wanted. I left the so-called frontiers of artistic research and came to this theater, for this is where I can finally find what I seek. Art will no longer be a castle in the sky. Whether it be inspiring or entertaining, art must be appreciated by others to confer value. If art cannot accomplish that, then it is meaningless.
When you put it that way... Mr. Zubair and I refused to follow the Academia's orders to change our shows for a similar reason. To put it simply, we were afraid that our shows would lose their meaning if people couldn't understand them.
I once stood in the spotlight, but I relinquished fame and acclaim for the freedom I enjoy today. I care not for where my feet may take me next, but Nilou, you need to remember one thing. You already stand upon the finest stage there is, and that is a rare gift that should never be taken for granted. You cannot give it up, not even to the Academia.
I understand. Thank you for your words of encouragement, Mr. Kasani.
Dust the cobwebs away from the eyes of those scholars.
Thank you.
He really seemed to care a lot about the theater.
Once you get to know him, you'll realize that he's actually a big softy at heart. He'll even help out with furniture repair and painting the stage.
Wow. Paimon didn't think he had that in him at all.
I didn't expect you all to challenge the Academia. That reminded me of my younger years. Back then, I feared nothing and no one, and I was always charging into the most dangerous of places. I can't do things like that anymore, but those were some of the best times of my life.
Sorry. If the theater really ends up getting demolished, then you, Soreen, and Abi will all...
It's all right. There's no need to think such heavy thoughts. Even if the building gets demolished, its people will still all be here. Have faith in the resilience of an adventurer. We can always figure something out.
But won't you have regrets if things just come to an abrupt end? It'd be like when you were forced to stop adventuring.
Ah, so that's what you were worrying about. Relax. I've had a lot of experience with regret. Things are painful at first, but as they say, time heals all wounds. Look at us now. Serene and Abi are happy. And Serene has also just passed his theater exam. He can start acting soon. He was thrilled because he can soon perform on the same stage as you. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for our past struggles. And would Serene have become a happier person? That's hard to say.
Are you trying to make us feel better?
Yes, but I truly do mean what I say. Being here at the theater has taught me an important lesson. The most important thing about an experience is how you choose to interpret it. I can choose to believe that my life ended with my husband's death. Or I can choose to believe that it was a blessing in disguise for Serene and Abi. Similarly, even if this theater disappears, a new beginning might just be around the corner. Good and bad are all human-made concepts. It all depends on how we choose to see things.
She's great.
You have a
I love
point.
her.
Nilou, I know how important Zubair Theater is to you. But you don't have to be so nervous. We're all here with you. The theater won't go down so easily.
Thank you, Miss Raykar.
No need to thank me. If anything, you inspired me with your bravery. You might have what it takes to become an excellent adventurer.
She's already a first-rate adventurer.
You're too kind. All right, I gotta cheer up. I can't waste everyone's words of encouragement. I feel a lot better.
Good. My children and I will be cheering you on at the debate.
Oh, hi, Maria.
You're here. Is the theater actually closing?
He's been worried sick for a while now. He wouldn't stop talking the whole way back.
Hey, you two.
What exactly happened? Did someone come down from the academia?
Yes. He told us that we have to shut down the theater within 30 days, and that it's going to be demolished.
What the heck? That came with no warning.
They're messing with us again.
Don't tell me you'll have to listen to him.
Come on. You know the answer to that.
Yeah, it is a direct order from the academia.
There's no need to worry, though. I'm preparing for a public debate with the academia. If I win, we might be able to overturn things and change their minds.
Really? That's terrific. You have my full support, no doubt about that.
Mine too. So what was their excuse anyway? They still not a fan of the theater's programs?
Yeah, something like that.
Good thing they have the power to make rash decisions about things they don't even understand, huh?
Yeah, they need to touch more grass, not books.
Exactly. They want to look down on us? We'll look down on them first.
Don't worry, everyone here has your back. The academia's recklessness won't get them any praise.
Right. They might think that some forms of knowledge are more valuable than others, but everyone can equally appreciate art. If they don't believe that, send them my way. I got them beat on this subject.
Maybe you can prepare some questions on the details of dance performance to make things harder for them at the debate.
Sounds like a good idea. Maybe that's something I should do.
I don't think that would
Ignore
prove
him.
much.
He's joking. Just do things your way. No matter what, we will always support you.
Thank you all so much. Your understanding and support make me feel a lot better.
There are always more solutions than problems. If you need help during the debate, just shout and the entire Grand Bazaar will be at your beck and call.
Gotta show them who has the people's support.
Exactly.
I feel like the pieces are starting to fall into place. Let's head back to the theater and organize our thoughts.
Sounds good. Inaya should also be back soon.
We shall continue our conversation here.
Abi?
Oh, hello.
Have you seen Miss Inaya?
No, Miss Nilou. Miss Inaya isn't back yet. Wasn't she just passing on a message? Does she really need this much time?
Could she have started arguing with her father again?
Oh no. Traveler, Paimon, I think I've messed up big time. What if Inaya never planned to come back?
What?
Calm down, please. Explain.
It's just a gut feeling, but knowing her, she probably feels like she's completely responsible for what happened. She probably thinks that all of this happened because she was staying here.
Oh, right. As soon as her father showed up, she said that her father was targeting her. So she's felt like that this whole time.
She has a long-standing conflict with her father. That's why she ran away from home. She doesn't think that we can win the debate, and she doesn't want to implicate us, so she thought leaving was the best thing to do.
So even after we decided to go with the debate, she still couldn't bring herself to support it.
And then she just quietly left afterward.
She's too harsh on herself.
Exactly. She's being too pessimistic. How will you know if you don't try? Anyway, first things first. We have to get her back.
But where should we start? Sumeru is huge!
I think I might know. Let's start by looking outside the city.
Okay.
Before I brought her to Zubair Theater, she was staying at a remote campsite. She got a fever from drinking unclean water, so I carried her back. If she has nowhere else to go after leaving the theater, she might go back and strike out on her own again.
Then let's go take a look.
Yes, let's hurry.
Okay. What? Huh? What just happened?
Hello, traveler. Have you ever heard of a moment of dreams?
No, fuck off.
Oh, that's
no.
I'm afraid not. It's the name of an event we started to hold regularly. Dreams have become... The same goes for me.
Oh, right. Everyone's able...
Yes. We organized an event to give everyone with new dreams a platform to freely share, and thus our event,
So, it's kind of like a fireside chat?
You could say that. We hear all sorts of wild and fabulous stories every day. Really, why not have a listen for yourselves?
Yeah, but to us, dreaming is as normal as breathing.
Why don't they just make quests start? Why don't they just make starting quests? You have to like press a button? Because what if people are just trying to explore and then they run into a quest completely on accident, just walking through the streets? I'm in the middle of Nilou's quest. I don't want to do Nahida's. You should have to press a button to start a quest. This is so stupid. I hate Genshin Impact's format for quests because it sucks. Because I can never I don't have a choice whether I start a quest or not. It just happens.
Then Paimon might consider it.
Oh, really? So you mean you've already seen many dreams?
Mm-hmm. But no need to get so excited. It's really nothing special.
No. We need experienced participants like you to share your experiences with dreaming.
Dreaming's pretty normal to me.
Please allow me to address you two as dream experts.
Sounds kind of weird. There are some things that expert just doesn't go with.
Oh, expert? Paimon kind of likes it.
Now you seem interested. Please, rest assured.
Wow. Sign us up. But wait, Paimon's getting ahead of herself again. We should see what the traveler thinks first.
Fine.
Why aren't you saying anything?
You're the boss.
Alright, hurry up and take us to be dream experts.
I hate that.
Very good. Follow me then.
No, I will not be following you.
Do you know what's the most important part of being an expert?
You're being ignored, Paimon. I did not want to start that. For every single story quest now, I'm gonna have to start with the disclaimer. I've accidentally done some of these against my will.
Well, I suppose it must be accumulating knowledge and sharing your experiences?
Nope! It's all about the title! From now on, Paimon will be known as Paimon, the Dream Expert!
Oh, okay.
There are signs that someone had stayed here very recently.
But we can't confirm if it was Inaya or not. Let's take a look around first.
Never mind.
Did you hear that?
I heard a voice.
I heard it too. Let's investigate.
It sounds like we're getting closer. The voice is coming from over there.
Yes, we're almost there.
Stay back! It's Inaya! She's being attacked by wild animals!
Inaya, don't be scared! We're coming to help!
Thank you. There weren't so many big animals in this area before. They chased after me for a long time. Sorry. I'm causing trouble for you again.
Why did you leave by yourself? You really don't think we have a chance at winning the debate?
No. I just thought it would take too much effort. Everything happened because of me. If I'm gone, then the situation will resolve itself.
But everyone else is trying so hard.
Yeah, everyone's working together towards a happier ending. No one should be singled out for blame.
It's all right if it's me. As long as the theater won't get demolished. You guys are the kindest people I've ever met. You shouldn't suffer so much because of me.
Listen to me, Inaya. Even if you were the reason that all of this happened, no one would blame you. Mr. Zubair said that you're one of us, so that means we will protect you. No matter what happens, we'll stand as one.
Nilou, there will always be a victim, whether it's me or the theater. You can't eat your cake and have it too. You can't win a debate against the academia.
You can't have your cake and eat it too. Sorry about that.
Especially since your opponent will be my father.
Why are you so
My
sure?
father is an extremely demanding man. He's always wanted me to become an exceptional researcher and his academic successor. I tried my best to meet his expectations and did everything I could. But he still wasn't satisfied. Or rather, he had just never been satisfied with me. I'm no genius. But whenever he berated me, it was always as if he was asking me, "Why aren't you a genius?" Yeah, like I'd know.
So that's why you ran away from home?
At first, I thought the father would slowly come to terms with reality. But he just wouldn't stop berating me. For one exam, I earned the 3rd highest score. I thought that all my hard work had finally paid off, and that I could finally make Father feel some modicum of joy. I even used the embroidery skills I learned at school to make a commemorative gift for him. I thought, even this daughter can make her father happy sometimes. Right?
I see. When we were embroidering your gift before, I didn't feel like you were new at it.
Yeah. Sorry for not bringing it up. These are not pleasant memories for me. I was tired of him yelling at me every day. All I wanted was to see him smile at me. But he was more angry than ever before once I'd given him my embroidery and told him my score. He flung my present to the side. You think you should be proud of 3rd place? Reflect on why you weren't first. I forgot how long I'd cried for. I only remember my parents arguing. My mother also thought he went overboard. They argued for such a long time. My father eventually stormed out and slammed the door behind him. I didn't get a single sentence of apology or any words of comfort. I've completely given up. We're destined to never understand each other.
How horrible!
I don't think you can beat him in a debate. Because he doesn't even understand what kind of place a theater is. He can never understand the relationship performers have with their audience. His life is devoid of camaraderie or friendship. He just wants everything to happen according to his wishes, as if the world revolves around him. What we cherish, our little place in this world, means nothing to him.
It sounds like your past has had a huge impact on you.
I understand now, Inaya. But when we were preparing for the debate, I heard something quite wise. Maybe it'll help you.
Oh, we're doing this. Okay. She can be this Grand Bazaar crowd. Okay. About how the theater is.
The most important thing about an experience is how you choose to interpret it.
I think that might be...
Art must first be appreciated by others to confer value.
I don't think that would really affect this.
Mr. Zubair has been meticulously managing the theater. Everything checks out. Everyone is free to appreciate art. No form of art is inherently superior. Miss Raykar has gone through a lot in her life, but she told us that she's very happy to live at the theater now. Although she ran into misfortune, it led her down a new path in life. She sees that as a blessing. She told me that the most important thing about an experience is how you choose to interpret it.
I love her.
Interpret it? I can sympathize with your unhappiness at home, but after you ran away, you ended up at the theater and became one of us. Those unhappy experiences allowed you to really cherish your bonds with everyone, and also gave you the opportunity to become friends with us. Don't let your past suffering keep you from the new life that you've worked so hard to find.
Oh.
Let the past stay in the past.
You don't have to be so hard on yourself anymore.
When I ran away from home, I swore that I would leave my family conflicts behind. But you're right. All I'm doing now is falling right back into it.
Maybe you'll disappoint him, but that doesn't matter. You have a new future waiting for you.
Exactly.
Don't let go of the answer you've worked so hard to find.
That's right. If we put our heads together, there's bound to be a way.
You're right. There's nothing to be afraid of. I'm not trying to meet his expectations. So why should I give up because of him? I can't afford to lose anything more. We have to win. The debate will not only protect Zubair Theater, but also allow me to settle things with Father.
That's right.
That's the spirit!
Let's go. I'll tell my father about the debate.
Okay.
I know him very well. Even if he looks down on us, I know how to make him accept.
Alright, let's go.
Let's do this.
Positions!
I'm excited. Excited to see how this debate goes on. What's the cutscene gonna be? Because every story quest has a cutscene. The tension is killing me.
Well, I'm off to meet with him. Please wait here for me.
Of course.
Okay. Looking forward to your good news. That should be everything. The only thing left to do now is to wait until the debate. I'm not sure why, but I'm getting nervous again.
You were great, Nilou! Your words won over Inaya! Talk like that during the debate, and you'll get an easy win!
Thanks for that, Paimon. But I still feel like it'll be an uphill battle. I need to be calmer, cooler, and more collected.
You haven't broken any rules.
Yeah. I'm acting as everyone's representative, so I'll need to act brave, even if I won't feel like it.
There's still one problem left unsolved.
Huh? What's left?
The theater's existence. Is it only for art and performance?
Huh? What a strange question. Isn't a theater just a theater?
Wait. You're not asking what the theater does, but what it is. Let me think. How can I put this? Mr. Zubair has been meticulously managing the theater. Everything checks out. Everyone is free to appreciate art. No form of art is inherently superior. Inaya really wants to win.
Okay.
Art must first be appreciated.
Ah, got it.
Okay.
When we were trying to find a way to save the theater, we heard many stories not of the theater, but of the people whose lives have been touched by it. Zubair Theater is our reason for coming together. It connects us all in unique ways. In other words, it's like a bond.
A bond?
The theater provides money for Miss Raykar and her children, inspiration for Mr. Kasani, and enjoyment for the people of the Great Bazaar. It also gives Inaya shelter from her family. It has brought us together after taking care of every single one of us. And its story won't end here. In the future, many more people will come to the theater and receive its blessing. And we'll all be there for them. Our warm, welcoming community will show them the same kindness we were shown in the past. Aside from the delivery of performances, isn't this another reason for Zubair Theater's continued existence?
Yeah, that makes sense. We definitely felt that warmth during the preparations for the event. But Paimon doesn't see how this will help in the debate.
This may be his weak point.
Oh, gotcha! No matter how strong an opponent is, they'll have to go on the defensive if pressed on a weak point.
I feel like that's another prong in our attack. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Paimon also feels a lot more relieved. Let's show him what we got!
Sorry for the wait. I'm back. Things went a lot more smoothly than I expected. It didn't take long for him to accept the debate. It is set for 2 days from now.
Okay.
Why are you all smiling so much? Did something good happen?
We realized that your dad might not be as scary as we had thought.
We just finished our prep. Rest easy. It will all turn out well. We have to win. No, we will win, Inaya.
Exactly.
Fingers crossed.
Confidence.
Everything is ready. The only thing left is to wait until the day after tomorrow.
I hope I'll actually be able to get some sleep over the next 2 nights.
Yep. That'll be very important. 2 days later, 15 to 18. There we go. Sorry, I like to get it as close as I possibly can to right at the beginning. Oh, that looks so mysterious. I mean, I know what it is, but it always looks so, like, suspicious coming from, like, the outside and seeing it from so far away.
In the blink of an eye, it's already debate time!
You wonder how.
We did a lot of preparations with Nilou. Hopefully they were helpful.
Okay.
Hello and welcome, everyone. I am Safwan, a scholar from the Academia, and I will serve as this debate's adjudicator. I swear to judge both parties with the utmost wisdom and impartiality. I will neither interfere with the proceedings nor demonstrate bias. I ask for both parties to stand. May the Dendro Archon also serve as a witness to this duel of wits.
Since you so desperately demand an explanation, I will expound on the Academia's stance. You may have misunderstood us from the outset and believe that the Academia is prejudiced against you. However, the truth is that the Academia wishes for every resident of Sumeru to be afforded opportunities to grow and cultivate their wisdom. Therefore, the works they consume should also possess enlightening qualities and intellectual value. We have failed to identify these qualities in the shows performed at Zubair Theater. In other words, instead of struggling against the Academia in pointless confrontations, if you had spent your time reflecting on improving the quality of your shows and enlightening your audience, Zubair Theater would not be today facing such a tragic fate.
Aggressive from the get-go. He's really putting on the pressure. Can Nilou stand her ground?
Of course.
Calm down, Nilou. First, carefully analyze what he said. He said that we were shut down not because the Academia looks down on the arts, but rather because our shows aren't up to their standards. However, the theater carries everyone's feelings and serves as the bond that connects us all. Everyone is free to appreciate art. No form of art is inherently superior. In your eyes, our shows can't meet the Academia's expectations. Shouldn't it be the audience who decides if a show is intellectual or enlightening? Why is someone from the Academia judging that? Also, I believe that there is no such thing as a wiser or more enlightening performance. Art doesn't discriminate, and it appeals to all. Everyone has the right to appreciate art.
Appreciation is but a primitive form of satisfaction. Guidance and enlightenment are necessary if we are to induce growth in the performers as well as the audience. This stance holds performers to a higher standard and encourages the development of the arts. If all performances are simple-minded, require little effort to comprehend, and lack any impetus for the betterment of society, then the people will not be able to develop a greater level of artistic understanding. Nurturing the populace's understanding requires a long and arduous process, and guiding this process is the Academia's true goal.
He changed the topic without batting an eye. Good thing I'm prepared. If I remember correctly, what I should say here is...
Okay, so the Academia's goal. So you're not talking about the value of the theater's existence, right? You're talking about, like, the knowledge and trying to slowly teach people things for the enhancement of artistic comprehension, but artistic comprehension is very subjective to the person, so that really heavily depends, but that's neither here nor there.
Inaya really wants to win. She doesn't want to...
This is not where we should
Everyone is free to appreciate art. No form of art is inherently superior.
You've already said that.
Mr. Zubair has been meticulously managing the theater. Everything checks out.
Art must first be appreciated by others to confer value.
That might be very important.
The most important thing about an experience is how you choose to interpret it.
That wouldn't really be there. The value of the theater.
The theater carries everyone's feelings and serves as the bond that connects us all.
I think the thing that most makes sense is Kasani's opinion.
Someone at our theater has tried that before. He was a famed artist, but he recognized that very few people could connect with his works. I agree that art should be enlightening, but we can't pursue that goal by creating complicated works. If a work can't tap into an audience's personal experiences or feelings, then its contents may as well be a castle in the sky. What's the point of performing a show that its audience can't even follow? That would only be forcing people to watch something they don't like.
You can only reach that conclusion from a place of ignorance.
No.
In that case, before passing judgment, you should first become a better dancer than me.
You tell them, Nilou.
Looks like he's backed himself into a corner.
As the party holding the burden of proof, Sharif has failed to provide sufficient support for his judgment of the quality of Zubair Theater's programs. Likewise, the definition that Nilou put forth is but her personal opinion. Neither party is the victor for this particular point of contention. Additionally, I must request that both parties exercise greater control on their emotions.
Keep it up, Nilou! You're doing great!
In that case, I shall speak of more concrete matters. The essence of this issue is that you have violated the law, so you must now pay the price for your transgression. This course of action is also completely procedurally sound. We have already contacted Zubair Theater multiple times regarding the theater's repertoire. However, you have consciously ignored our warnings, or perhaps your compliance was purely superficial. Regardless, that failure has indirectly led to the present day's proceedings.
That is indeed so, according to the laws decreed by the Academia.
He started talking about procedural stuff, so I need to focus on...
That's not gonna be... No, that's about, like... That's not gonna be there. Not there.
Inaya really wants to win. Okay. Mr. Zubair has been meticulously managing the theater. Everything checks out. Mr. Zubair has already provided signed copies of all documentation related to our operations. Everything is perfectly filled out and valid. Although the theater's performances don't align with the Academia's requests, the law doesn't say that Zubair Theater can be demolished only because of that reason.
Exactly.
Demolition notices need to be provided in writing and made available to the public. Otherwise, the theater can continue to operate as long as its license is valid. Failing to follow these rules makes your stance procedurally unsound.
Yeah! Yeah! That's right!
There are different ways to apply the rules. There is precedent for this.
Then explain it.
So long as this matter is discussed within the Academia, this course of action will come to pass.
Looking at the past 27 cases of similar nature, 90% of them support Sharif's claim and position. However, the demolition process in those cases was only started after discussion at the Academia. In other words, premature notice of demolition is indeed a rash act.
That's more than enough. We've proven that the order is unreasonable as it currently stands.
Cease your futile resistance.
Nilou's definitely won this point, right?
She still can't let down her guard.
You're right. Stay focused, Nilou.
You got this.
Even if permission for demolition has yet to be obtained, it is a fact that your performances violated the Academia's policies on numerous occasions. Based on that fact, we can permanently revoke your right to perform in Sumeru.
Under the current system, it is indeed possible to immediately revoke Zubair Theater's performing rights.
That's a thing?
Figured.
Rather than protecting Zubair Theater, I surmise that your true intention is to maintain your hold over your audience and their patronage as your source of income. Without them, Zubair Theater is nothing more than an empty building. And without its performances, the theater has nothing else of value.
What you said isn't true at all.
Keep it cool, Nilou!
Don't get riled up.
Right. I need to keep calm, but he... Just a little more. Zubair Theater isn't just a performance venue to us.
The most important thing about an experience is how you choose to interpret it.
The theater carries everyone's feelings and serves as the bond that connects us all.
This.
Zubair Theater isn't simply a performance venue to us. It means more than that. It's been our home for a long time.
Exactly.
Miss Raykar can't go on adventures anymore, but she has found a stable career and a new life at the theater. Her son, Soren, has already passed his theater exam, and he'll soon be our newest member. Mr. Kasani found a new way to look at art. He decided to stay at the theater to watch us grow. Mr. Farhad and Mr. Hushang visit even when there isn't a show going on, and they always tell us lots of entertaining stories. Even Inaya wants to stay with us, and she's starting to look forward to a new future. Zubair Theater exists for them, for every single one of us.
Perhaps Zubair Theater has provided you with a multitude of positive emotions and experiences. However, you have misconstrued something, young miss.
What?
The interpersonal relationships you speak of were established upon normal theater operations. Sheikh Zubair operates the theater for his livelihood. His employees work for their wages, and the audience comes to enjoy performances. Relationships are merely a byproduct in this exchange of interests. They may be pleasant and captivating, but they can only ever be secondary. When scholars collaborate to solve difficult problems, we freely share our knowledge and resources with one another as if we were all kin. However, this collaboration ends after the results of our work are published. The reason is simple. We are scholars, and there are new projects that await our attention.
He really doesn't think much of relationships. Paimon also thinks he did a lot of prep. He's been solid as a rock.
Sharif's argument is currently the more persuasive of the two. The continuance of the interpersonal relationships Nilou spoke of remains hypothetical before the theater's demolition, whereas the situation that Sharif described has been well documented at the Academia. The Academia has made significant academic contributions, in no small part due to its researchers' efficiency and ability to compartmentalize.
Oh no, what should we do? Things are going in the opposite direction.
Nilou might be setting him up.
A setup? So Nilou's got him?
Good. He said what he said. The next argument could decide this debate. But is this really the best thing to do? It might be too cruel to Inaya.
We only got one
Inaya
option.
Really wants to win. She doesn't want to lose anything else because of her painful past. She already agreed to this. She wants to win, no matter what. Me too. Mr. Sharif believes that interpersonal relationships are a byproduct of working towards a goal. Once that goal is achieved or abandoned, those relationships would have no more reason to continue. Then, if someone has failed to live up to his expectations...
If someone has failed to live up to your expectations and ran away from home, then she shouldn't be your daughter anymore. Right?
Inaya...
Sorry, Nilou. As expected, I should be the one to say it. You don't need to shoulder this responsibility for me. If in your eyes, the purpose of my existence is to become your academic successor, then that goal has ended in complete failure. By your logic, that means there is no more reason to sustain our relationship as father and daughter.
Members of the audience who do not belong to either debate party, please speak with caution.
Let her speak. What she does not say, Nilou will.
No matter how many disagreements we've had, the truth is that you are still my father. You're so immersed in your own world, you can't understand why we come together for the sake of relationships.
Yeah, don't look down on us.
You can watch a dance
Yes.
anywhere, but there's only one Zubair Theater.
Exactly.
I'm almost starting to feel sorry for this guy, what with the idiotic things he said.
Order! Order! Members of the audience, do not interrupt debate proceedings.
My apologies,
I
bitch.
confess that this is the final argument we had prepared. Disown me, and you will win the debate. But before that, Father, I have some final words to say. I've been doing some soul searching. Not about whether I should have run away from home, but whether there was any point to my personal rebellion against you. I kept trying to earn your approval, but I only disappointed you over and over. The truth is, I ran away from home as a means to vent my recurring frustrations. That is to say, I was exerting pressure on you, and hoping you'd give up on your lofty expectations. But by doing that, wasn't I just doing the same thing as you? I won't force my expectations upon you anymore. At Zubair Theater, I have found the life I've always wanted. I will move on from my family troubles and strive towards my new goal. But if you dare to harm this place, then I will stand with my friends here and fight against you.
This is not the time to space out, Sharif. The debate is still underway.
You already consider them to be your friends.
Yeah.
You should be asking us that question.
Of course we are!
Miss Inaya is a really good friend.
It was a bit of a process, but we won her over.
Make no mistake. All those who come to Zubair Theater become one of us. We will always be with her.
Exactly.
Such puerile simplicity. However, it is surprisingly a relief.
Wait, what are you... never mind.
They left?
Does that mean we've won?
We won?
Nilou, you're amazing!
Fantastic job.
I relaxed for a moment and I feel a little faint. It looks like he still has a place for her in his heart.
Terrific work, Nilou and Anaya. They likely won't cause any more trouble for us.
Didn't know you could get so fierce. I have a lot of newfound respect for you two.
This really took a lot out of me, though. I don't ever want to do this again.
Both Miss Nilou and Miss Inaya were so cool!
Should we throw a second round of celebrations?
Yes, of course. Nilou has not had a cutscene yet, though. Oh, wait.
Oh, it's you.
Feeling any comments?
Yes, I feel a lot better. The more I think back on everything, the more surreal it all feels. I don't think I could repeat what I did a second time.
All of our preparations paid off.
Yes, and it's all thanks to you.
Now that I've heard everyone else's stories, I want to hear yours.
I see. You mean how fate brought me to the theater, right? Then I'll have to tell you about my teacher who Mr. Zubair had mentioned. Mr. Zubair opened his theater when I was still a child. There was a beautiful dancer, and from the moment I saw her, I couldn't look away. I thought to myself, the gods must have blessed her with such talent. But later on, she would actually smile down at me and say, just the opposite, in fact.
The opposite?
Yeah. She said, dance is an art born from toil. It isn't a gift from the gods, but a creation by our own hands. It is a beautiful thing born from our life experiences. Whenever there is joy or something to be celebrated, people will dance.
Hello? Sorry. 1 second. Hello? Okay, audio's good. Sorry about that.
In other words, any place where people can effortlessly begin a dance will for sure be filled with the blessings of everyone's happiness. She wasn't looking for flowers and applause. All she wanted was to see her audience smile.
So that is what art means to people?
Right. The same as what Mr. Kasani believes. I was completely moved by what she had said, so I started taking dance lessons from her. And later on, I began to dance here in her stead. Before she retired, she told me, "For as long as you live, never forget what dance means to others." This is why Mr. Zubair and I never intended to listen to the academia. Even though it ended up causing everyone a whole lot of trouble, thankfully, everything worked out in the end.
Looks like you won't have to worry anymore.
Although, I do have a small regret.
Naya?
Yeah. Even though she has already decided to stop fighting with her father, they never managed to have a real conversation with each other. Before he left, Mr. Sharif looked like he had a lot on his mind. He probably has a lot of things he wants to say, but will now perhaps never get a chance to.
That really is a shame.
Yeah, but I still hope that things can change. It never hurts to have hope. You and Paimon are more than welcome to keep attending our shows. Who knows? Next time, you might see Inaya on the stage.
Are you still worried about Inaya? Let's be sure to come back often. Who knows? Maybe things will have worked out for her.
Wait, what? Wait for the debate 2 days later? 20 to 22? What? That's so confusing. We're not redoing that, are we? Oh, okay, it's happening. Sorry. She's just dancing. Oh. So we're just watching performance. Sorry for getting so startled. Ow. Sorry.
Everyone, I'd like to introduce you to our newest member,
It's not pain, it's just
Inaya.
startling. I've been trying not to, but it just...
Hello, everyone.
She'll be dancing for us from now on, so please give her your support.
Inaya's taken her place on the stage! Oh, Paimon wonders how she'll look when she starts dancing.
Nilou will still be dancing though
When
too,
you
right?
stop
They'll
and
both
think
be
about
dancing?
it, happy endings like this sure aren't easy to come by.
A lot of things came together to make it happen.
Nilou's efforts, everyone's wisdom, Inaya's determination.
And Sharif's missing.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
I think he did intentionally give us a chance.
You do have a point there. The whole demolition thing was going overboard, but he really could have banned Nilou and the others from dancing. If he really wanted to be ruthless, he could have done some real damage, even without winning the debate. Oh well, it's not like we can understand how people like him think. Let's focus on watching the performance.
Agreed.
Huh? Wait, look who the cat dragged in! Isn't that Inaya's father?
Mm-hmm. Let's go greet him.
Oh, it's you two. I don't have much to do today, so I just came to look around this place.
Are you looking for Inaya?
No, I am simply here to watch a performance. There is no need to trouble her.
Shouldn't you
Well,
be
I
busy?
was for a time. My loss at the debate caused quite the loss of face for the academia, so there was a period of unrest. I used this opportunity to suggest that my superiors temporarily suspend me from duty. Otherwise, the rumors would probably persist for even longer.
Suspended from duty?
Yes, I am temporarily unemployed. However, I now have an abundance of time, so I can afford to come here and watch a show. I admit that I do not understand the magic that this theater possesses, but my curiosity has been piqued. I still cannot forget that young lady's perseverance. Inaya would almost certainly mature in the presence of such a person.
So you're still concerned about your daughter?
There are no parents who do not worry about their children. I suppose she managed to hit a weak spot of mine. Never mind. I do not have the right to say that.
You're already here, so you might as well go see her.
No, that is not necessary. I will take my leave after the show concludes. Do not tell her that I was here.
Cutscene.
Come on. Who knows if you'll get a chance like this again? But... Huh? You said you were going to make peace with your past. Show your father how much you've grown. Don't be nervous. Everyone at Zubair Theater has your back. Hey, let's go somewhere else. We should give them some space.
You sure they'll be okay?
I don't know, but I think we should have faith in them.
Ah, yes, Inaya. I have something for you. I'm still learning. It's hardly a masterpiece, but it's yours, if you'll take it.
Huh?
You don't have to take it. It's fine. Never mind.
Let's have a heart-to-heart, Father.
Like father, like daughter. They're both so awkward with their feelings.
Why was Nilou's cutscene of someone else's conversation? Couldn't Nilou's cutscene be of something else? I can understand that cutscene was great. I'm not saying that it shouldn't have existed, but maybe there should have been one that focused on her. I guess Nilou's quest isn't really about her, it's about how she treats people and how she interacts with people, so I guess it makes sense.
She probably would have snuck away as well if I didn't drag her back.
Do you think they'll be able to reconcile?
I'm not sure. A complete reconciliation may also not be the best thing for them right now. All those years of arguments and misunderstandings can't be settled overnight. It might be best if they continue to keep some distance for now. But no matter where their hearts and bodies may be, they will always be family. All I wish for them is to be able to one day tap into the warmth of that bond. Oh, by the way, everyone's really thankful to you for helping out with the debate.
Of course.
So, we made you a little something. Hope you'll like it.
Aww. Thank you.
Isn't this Zubair Theater? Whoa, this is amazing. It's so detailed and polished.
We've also never made anything this complicated before.
Little miniature Zubair Theater.
Mr. Zubair and Mr. Kasani took charge of the design, while Inaya and I made all the little pieces with the help of others. Miss Reikar and Miss Nadia made and assembled the centerpiece. As adventurers, you two will doubtlessly travel to many more lands and see many more things. That's why we hope that your time at Zubair Theater will become a fond memory of your journey. You two are welcome back anytime.
We'll come back and watch you dance whenever we get the chance.
Thank you all for being so considerate.
You're welcome. And there's no need to be so polite. You learned fast. Come on, take it. This is the story of you and me. It's a tale that I'll never, ever forget.
It's so adorable. I love this.
Yeah.
Miniature Zubair. That's so cute. So precious. That was the last day. I'll buy it again, but still. Wow! Oh my goodness, that quest was... Wow! Just wow! I loved it. Yeah. Wow, I don't have much else to say. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and remember that you matter. Bye!